I'm sure you haven't heard of Pipian Blanco, have you? Pipian Blanco is an amazing sauce, Mexican sauce, and the base is almonds and sesame seeds. It is very simple to make, but it is so delicious. It is very creamy and it's going to add a lot of flavor into your meals. So stick around so I can show you how to make it. Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Lalo and this is the Lalo Lab. Pipian Blanco, like its name says, is a white sauce, and pipian, it is also considered a mole, like pipian verde. I actually made a video about pipian verde that you can refer to. It's right here and it is amazing. Why you should make this sauce is because it is a staple of Mexican cuisine, even though a lot of people haven't tried it. A lot of Mexicans, I'm sure they haven't tried it either. It is an ancient dish and not a lot of people know about this. The other reason is because the base is made with nuts and seeds. And nuts are expensive in Mexico. That's why if you have a big family, I'm sure people would prefer to do something else instead of do one sauce that is going to be maybe the cost of the whole food. The sesame seeds, I think it complements the sweetness in the almonds and add this bitterness, but it is this kind of like nice balance between both of them. And we add, of course, a little bit of chile. In this case is chile güero, or what you call the Anaheim. And we're going to serve it very simply, just showcasing one vegetable, chayote. And a fun fact about this dish is that according to the Mexican chef and researcher Ricardo Muñoz Zurita, this plate was one of the favorites of Frida Kahlo. Perfect, so let's start by toasting our sesame seeds. You can do it in a pan, it's very simple, medium flame or medium heat, and just don't stop moving them for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then after they are toasted, we're going to transfer into the blender because we're going to blend them. Chayote, it is botanically considered a fruit, but in Mexico we consider it like a vegetable. It has this beautiful green color. The skin, it is very smooth, but there are some varieties in other countries. I think Brazil has, and in Asia there is also varieties of chayote that they have little spikes on it. This is the shape that the chayote has. It is very cool, you know, it is kind of different, you know. It's like two lips, you know, like, or a fist. And I want to show you how you can eat actually the seed of the chayote, but also the skin and everything that is in it. The whole chayote is edible. This is the seed, this is the skin. As you can see, it is greener in the outside and it's kind of white in the middle. But when you cook it, it gets a little bit greener, like an emerald. You know, this beautiful green, vibrant color. If you don't overcook it, obviously. You can either eat it raw or cooked. Raw, you can add it into sauces or into salad. Simple as that, just marinate it. Usually it is marinated with lime juice. The way that we're gonna do it today is we're going to cook it. Okay, so here, the chayote. Chayote, I try to use a peeler, but you can eat it with the skin on, so it's up to you. The other thing you need to know about chayote is when you are gonna peel it, the chayote has like a thin layer of something sticky. So try to use gloves. You don't have to use gloves, you know, then you just rinse your hands. But usually people try to use like plastic gloves. I want to remove the skin this time because I love the color. It's just so beautiful and I really wanted to show you in the plate. But you can leave it like that. So use a peeler and then start from the top to the bottom. I'm gonna cut it lengthwise, just in half. You can remove the seed, but you can also eat it. It is very nutritious. In this case, I'm gonna remove it just because of the presentation, but actually I'm saving it to just saute it and eat it afterwards. So if you're going to remove the seeds, what I do is just cut it in quarters, and then I just remove the seed completely, and then I remove any other part of the skin with my knife, as you can see now. And then from there, I try to get like a rhomboid kind of shape, like diamond shape. That's the way I like it for this presentation, but you can do whatever you want. You can dice it or you can do half moon. It's up to you. I'm going to use vegetable broth and then I'm going to put a little bit just to cover the base in the pan. Then I'm going to add some salt, some sea salt to season it, and then I'm going to put on top all the chayote. Why? Because I don't want it to be submerged in water. I just want some liquid to help me with the steam, to create a steam and then cook the chayote completely. Just cover it and cook for about 5 minutes. Okay, it's time to blend. So we have our sesame seeds in already, and then from here we're gonna add some vegetable broth. This is going to be the base, so make sure you have a nice vegetable broth. It doesn't have to be a specific flavor, it can be a basic vegetable broth. Then I add the garlic, and then I'm adding the blanched toasted almonds. After that I have some Anaheim chili chopped. This is raw, I didn't pickle it or anything, so I'm just gonna add into the blender, and then we're gonna blend. Make sure you don't overfill your blender, otherwise it's going to take forever. So just blend for about 1 to 2 minutes. We really wanted to make a really smooth puree. You can use a spatula to scrape the sides of the blender if necessary. And here we have it. It looks a little bit liquid, but it's going to thicken right when we put it in the pot. Okay, so now we're gonna heat just a little bit of olive oil. You don't wanna burn the olive oil, just wanna heat it lightly, and then we're gonna add the sauce. In this step, it is very important that you don't stop moving. As you can see, it's thickening right away. Really just thickens in like matter of minutes. So just be aware of that and keep moving. Otherwise it's going to stick at the bottom and it's going to burn. And there is nothing worse than burnt seeds. The way I like to check my chayote is by using a cake tester. How do you know when it's ready? I like to introduce the cake tester, and when it goes all the way through and it still offers a little bit of resistance, I like that resistance. I don't like a whole puree, because if it's going to be added into the sauce, then you're gonna have like 2 sauces, right? So what I want to do is have some resistance and the color remain intact and vibrant and green and beautiful. Just remember, here you want different textures, so just don't overcook it. To add a little bit of acidity into the plate, we're gonna use more Anaheim chili, some onion, and then we're just going to do basically juliennes to pickle it. We're gonna pickle it with some lime zest and lime juice. Very simple. So here what I'm doing is just cutting it in juliennes. First I do like planks, I remove the seeds, and then I just cut it very thinly. You don't really want a huge chunk of onion or chili, because you want a little bit more of refinement. You want a little bit more, like you get a little bit a piece of onion and it's nice to have it. Not like you get the whole onion and it's like, oh my god. And then we put both in a bowl, then simply just add salt and then massage it with your hands, you know, relax. This is the time when you can enjoy, you know, use your hands. And then after you massage for 30 seconds, 1 minute, we're gonna add the juice, and then we let it cover and marinate in the juice. Okay, it's time to plate. I'm going to put at the bottom the sauce because I don't want to hide the chayote. But you can also cover the whole chayote if that's what you want, you know, that would be another way I could plate it. So I'm just tapping at the bottom of the plate so the sauce spreads out evenly, and it's not necessary for me to use any spoon or anything like that. And on top of that, I'm just going to add the chayote. Look at that beautiful color. It's irregular shape, you know, here you can do obviously whatever you want, but this is just what I did for this video. But feel free to experiment, you know, try different shapes, because it is so beautiful when in a plate there are different shapes. Then we're going to top it with some capers. Capers are going to add that saltiness, that beautifulness. And then here we have the pickled onions and the pickled Anaheim. This is just going to be beautiful. We have the creaminess from the Pipian Blanco. Then we have the watery and fresh chayote. Then you have these beautiful herbs, parsley, and you have the pickle, and then you have the saltiness in the capers. My goodness, I am salivating right now. I really want a bite of that. Now you know how to make Pipian Blanco. This is a super extra great sauce. Honestly, I'm not kidding. Do it and you would see that I'm not lying. Like I mentioned before, I have also the Pipian Verde recipe. Check it out and compare both. You're gonna see how there is an immense difference in flavor, in texture, in really what it is, the sauce, you know? But the good thing about both of them is that you can actually pair them with almost the same ingredients. Like you can use the white sauce also for the same thing as the green sauce. You can do winter squash, summer squash, chayote like we did, caramelized onions. You can even use it as a topping for like your soup, like a spinach soup, or like any other green soups like zucchini or anything else. Wouldn't be nice to add that as a topping? If you like this video, give me those thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can receive vegan recipes, cooking tips, experiments that I do, and a lot of things related with vegan food. That is going to make your cooking way better. I assure you that. I'll see you in next week's video. For now, have a fantastic day.